Welcome back to the Let's Stay Together talk show. Now here is your host, Reverend Rick McCain and author Brenda McCain.
All right. Welcome back to Let's Stay Together Talk. Thank you for listening. We're here with Brenda McCain, the fictional character by the name of Brenda McCain, this wonderful woman of God that I just love a lot. We also have Tracy Brown Howard and our boy Dion. We're going to our second half of the show. Hey, baby, who are our guests for Making Marriage Work?
It's this cute little couple, this dynamic duo,
Why she
military
get country all of a
couple.
sudden?
No,
Always country.
right. I'm born.
It's this cute little. I'm like, what's with the country?
Okay, we have.
Did we change the show?
Hi, this is
You know,
He's
I
still
talk
feeling a little
so-
jealous.
Go ahead.
Right, he really is. For Making Marriage
Go ahead,
Work,
country fan.
we have the former Marine Staff Sergeant Pedro Sanchez and his lovely wife, Dawn Sanchez. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right because I do have a southern drawl. But if you guys on the line now, you know me. Hey, and welcome to Let's Stay Together Talk.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, how you
Hey,
doing?
hi.
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
We are doing great, and we want to apologize because they were supposed to be on last week, and we had some difficulties. So we are happy to have you guys on the McCain train this week.
It is okay. You know what? The devil is crazy. That's all it is.
How's that thing say? The devil is a lie.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Totally. Ugly.
And he was
right.
trying this morning. He was trying this afternoon to stop
Yeah.
this.
Oh my goodness. I tell you. So I just, in my mind, just realized that someone needs to hear our testimony and will be delivered and set free. And the devil don't want that out there.
He really don't. But you know what? We're going to get to y'all backstory because they are an interesting
I
military.
know, I'm in a crying mood today, Dawn.
I'm telling you,
You in the crowd?
I've been
let me
crying.
tell you something. Military and marriage, it just seems like in some cases that sounds like it's great, but it can be, difficult with all the responsibilities you have in the military, and then to be able to have that same kind of responsibility to the marriage. So, Don, you was talking about this great testimony. Talk to us a little bit about being married in the military.
Oh man, it's the way I can put it, it's a beautiful curse. We're blessed to meet so many beautiful people and travel the world, and it actually, what this does is it will either make or break your marriage depending on where you are in your relationship with your spouse. And so that's why I say it's a beautiful curse. We've met some extraordinary people. We have been able to share the gospel, share our testimony, and at the same time, my husband did 3 tours in Iraq, both 6 to 7 months long, where, wherever we were stationed at, that's where I was. I didn't come home. I didn't run back to mama. I stayed exactly where I was, and I held the blood stain up wherever we were. So it was tough. It was tough.
Wow. So, okay, that did answer a question. Was it hard to relocate every time? But you went with him. Wait a minute, Pedro,
Yes.
I'm sorry. He's on the call here. I know Don is not new. He's the newbie on the show. So really welcome, Pedro, for joining us tonight. She's a vet on our show. So I'm going to pose this question to him. When you was doing those 6 to 7 months stints, how bad was you missing that Miss Pretty Lady over there, which I know I can't say adjectives over the radio, but how bad was you missing your Don?
Well, it's actually very hard. I mean, it's like when you guys, travel and do, have to separate for whatever reason, whether, work or stuff like that. You miss, being with your partner, not just physically, but, emotionally there for them. And, I guess it just intensifies instead of just, if you have to go for a week or 2, but, going for 7 months plus is just unthinkable sometimes.
Hey, Pedro, thank you for being on the show with this Reverend Rick McCain. One of the things I always love to tell people, my name is actually Ricardo.
Ricardo.
My Ricardo.
That's his government name.
That is my name. So, Pedro, she said she can't use these words, but I'm a minister. I'm married, And I know that if I'm gone for a long time, I'm gonna miss some sex.
That's right.
We just gonna,
That's
we
right.
gonna keep
Say
it
that.
real.
Let's keep it real up on this show.
So I mean, all that military
Yeah.
fighting to you, stuff like that. You're married and you're military. And you're away from your wife for a while. Talk a little bit about that and help a brother out that's in the military right now that doesn't get close to his wife. Help him out with having that sexual urge. Like, man, I still got to go out here and fight somebody. I mean, you want to fight and quick. So talk to me a little bit about that.
Got no sense.
Yes, you do miss it. You do miss it, but depending on depending on the mission you have at hand, that's something that you can't really dwell or think about too much. There was times where I was only sleeping about 4 or 5 hours a night, so because I was so busy doing whatever, whether it was maintaining equipment or ensuring some of my guys were, ready to go out and do whatever mission we needed to do out there.
AKA staying alive. That's what he's saying.
Okay. So wait a minute, how did you keep the spark alive with your marriage? Did you do what is that thing, chat?
Can we say that?
You talking about two different things, I think.
What are you talking about? Can you
Brenda's
keep
talking
alive?
about like
Well, I mean,
video, right?
You can't go there, but that's chatting.
I'm trying to figure out what chatting you
Skyping. That's what it is.
Skyping, okay,
Skyping,
that's-
right.
That's
No, unfortunately,
Oh no.
unfortunately, we didn't have that, when I deployed to Iraq, the whole Skype and the whole social media thing wasn't, popping like it is right now. So we didn't have the capability, and also we didn't have believe right now they have more and better internet capabilities while they're deployed. We didn't have that while I was there, so the only thing I could do was call whenever I had the opportunity.
Did you
and
Oh, I love letters.
communicate via letters or email. I mean,
We have so many letters and emails. I don't even know how many love letters and emails that we got. Yes.
So
Yes.
Dawn and Pedro, you guys are good with putting your stuff in Facebook and letting people know about your love and how much you guys care for each other. Do you find that helps out in the relationship, and is it helping some of the military people themselves to kind of be a little bit more open about sharing their love with each other? Because it just seems like in some cases that's not something that's that military people do a lot.
I'm gonna tell you something. I gotta throw this out here because we share a lot. Yeah, we do share a lot of our love and displays of love on Facebook. And one of the reasons why I know we both do it is because to show that example that it's out here. It's real. It's not fake. We're not faking it. When we're having a tough time, we'll say it. We're having a good time, we'll say it. And we are still, hooked together as a team. And, I've heard, some women say, you shouldn't, post your pictures of your man. Insecure people, of course, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And this, that, and the other. But my thing is this. We can post drama. We can post, talking about significant others and that extreme and trend. When we're talking about somebody who's really in love, who's giving an example of Christ, what marriage is really about, then there's a problem. But what we have found out is our blessing is when some of our friends or close people that we know are having problems and they see us, guess what they do? They text us, they call us and say, can you pray for us? Because we want what you got.
Yep.
So it's helping. It's helping because we're so glad that we can put it out there and we can be an example. That's what I want. That's what I want God to use us in. It's not just a cute picture on the wall. It's to show every facet of our lives. And if you desire that, we don't have a problem praying for you guys. We do not at all.
And one thing I do love about the Sanchez family, you guys are real. You always give real talk, and I'm hearing that from Pedro as well. But what you said in your bio tickled me because I said, oh, my God, that is so us. When you said we fight together, we pray together, we live together, we eat, sleep, and cry together. I don't know
Yes.
how people do not understand when you say fight together and cry together. People are like, I wouldn't deal with it. If you in a marriage, you're going to deal with
Yes.
that. It's going to come
Yes.
against something. That don't mean you don't love Pedro. I don't love Ricardo. It's
Yes.
Look, I'm using like
Ricardo.
government name. I can't roll.
Ricardo.
I need to learn to roll my R's because that's a
Yes.
sexy name, but I can't do it. But
Yes.
I was telling someone recently that she was like, I can't do that with my spouse. And I'm like, okay, who is your marriage for? You know, the thing is, it's your marriage. And like you said, you never
Yes.
was looking at Dawn and Pedro. And for those people
That's right.
that's coming out there and saying, hey, I want a marriage like that, that means you're doing something right.
I'm doing something right. And you know, Brenda, I have a Periscope too. And so what I'm starting my teaching on is, what is your mission in your marriage? That's what I'm teaching next. And and it's true. Like, you know, we have a lot of Christians now that are ending in divorce. Why is that? You know, and I asked God, I said, Lord, why is that? And God said, either they never knew the mission of their marriage, or they forgot the mission of the marriage. And so I want to remind those people, this is the mission. It's more than just, you know, these girls, boy, these girls get married, have the, 2.5 kids, a dog and a cat, picket fence. Okay, after the kids is grown, after they went off to college, the girlfriend went back to Chicago. Now, what is the true mission? Why did God bring us together? What is the mission out there? What is the mission? And a lot of us have forgotten or never asked God, what is our true mission?
You know, Dawn, I like that because I know me and Brenda are going to be doing a series called a Minute for Marriage. And I like that, a mission for marriage. And so I encourage you guys to do that. You were talking a little bit about you and Pedro's testimony. Talk a little bit about that.
Oh, my gosh. Let's see. Well, our testimony, we're not the typical boy meets girl, boy dates girl. We are very prophetic, biblical of the sense of the word. We met each other in September of 1999. I got a phone call and was asked to work at a school district where I was living in Country Club Hills, and he was already working there as the head of maintenance. Went there and was asked to come on as a full-time job. Somebody didn't want the job, and here I was, and God, used that door, and I met my husband. September of 1999, I met him. He asked me October 26th of 1999, and we got married December 30th, 1999.
Now,
and we have been together 16 years.
You notice that was like a 3-month period of dating.
Yes.
And you see how
Yes.
God works?
And I just like Pedro knew he wanted. Ain't that right? Said this, I want her.
Right.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Birthday, too.
Pedro like, okay.
Yes.
Kudos to a brother that knows what he wants, and 16 years later, he's letting other men know. You ain't got to take your time. Know what you want and go for it. Kudos, Pedro.
Yes. And I tell you, it was a shock to me. I'm gonna tell you, y'all, it was a shock. When we first went out, and he told me, he was like, he's like, I'm gonna marry you. I was, because all these other guys I had dated before, were either, older than me or whatever. They were established, I thought they knew what they wanted, and they kind of hung around, and he was this young, kid coming after me, and I was like, this cat, this dude, and I tell you what, he knew what he wanted. I sure did, and he did.
And I love it because that is a nice backstory, because a lot of people will say, well, no, you got to go through the 4 seasons, you got to wait. But when God's in the midst of it, he works.
Yes, when and I understand that it's not for everyone. I understand, you have to be really rooted and grounded in the Lord to know a prophetic thing. So this may not work for someone, and I understand that. But ladies, guess what? You do not have to lay up. You do not have to empty your morals. You do not have to lay down your morals in order to have or obtain a man of God. You just don't. And so I say that out there because I know some people say, well, how would I know? And I'm going to tell you the truth, I don't know. That's one of those mysteries of God. It's one of those things you can't even catch in a lightning bolt. He just knew who I was and I knew who he was, and there you have it. But, no lady, or I would say no man, should look standards when it comes to finding who they want to love and who they want to marry.
So, Dawn, Pedro, talk to me about this, because you got a lot of couples out there, or married couples, or people in relationships where they are one person's in the military, both of them might be in the military, and they might be struggling with the idea of getting married and being in the military. Help them understand how that can be a benefit, how it has been for you two.
It's not easy. It's not easy. I mean, marriage in itself is not easy, you know, whether you're in the military or not. You have to work at it every day. It's not one of those things that, you know, I will marry her, so I will marry him. I don't have to do anything about it. No, you still have to, you know, make sure that, you know, you engage and put your effort out there to ensure that, you know, everything's being taken care of. Now, being in the military, I suppose, puts this stress of having to deploy or having to be separated for X amount of time. You know, I've had friends that had to go to Japan for 2 years unaccompanied without their spouse and kids. And that's hard because they have to do a job, but at the same time, they still have to try to maintain, you know, their marriage alive, you know, whether it's communicating by phone, email, and all these different options that we have now. But imagine that, you know, 20, 30, 40 years ago, when we didn't have these advances in technology and there were still people making it work. You know, it's not easy. You have to, like I'm saying, you have to, you know, every day wake up and put that effort in there, you know, to ensure that you're putting, you know, your best person that you can be out there, not just for, you know, yourself and your job, but also for your spouse. Amen. Because we do everything to the best of our ability to get the promotion, to go to work, and to ensure that we have, you know, this livelihood that we, you know, say we need, you know, X amount of money that we might need for whatever. But we need to put the same amount of effort into our marriage to ensure that, you know, your spouse is happy, to ensure that, you know, she or he is your number one priority over anything.
Amen.
Dawn, I have a question for you. This is Tracy, and I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I used to be married to a police officer, and
Okay.
it was very, very difficult to sleep when he worked nights, or, you know, when he was late and couldn't call. So how do you deal with it, or did you deal with it when Pedro was gone away and you didn't hear from him for long periods at a time? Did you have someone you were able to talk to or confide in, or how did you handle being worried or concerned? Because I know, you know, you do.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. You know, in the military world, we always say no news is good news. Mm-hmm. If you get a phone call, if you didn't get the knock at the door, no news was good news. So, his first deployment, I did have a couple of women that I could find it in. They could find it in us, you know, in each other. And my circle, when he was gone, was kind of small, just because my goals were different than all the rest of the wives. You know, everybody's spouses might not have the same goals, you know. Mm-hmm. And not putting anything negative out there, because I met a lot of beautiful women that helped up their household where their spouses were gone. And I met the other side of it too. But I kept it small because, misery loves company. And I did not want to be around people who were constantly in a worried mode, because when you get like that, your mind runs away with you. And I knew in order for my husband to be effective what he did out on that field and out and be deployed, I had to have my trash together. So when he comes home, he had to know that his wife's mental status was good to go, and he can still do his job, because it affects them when they're out on the field. It affects them. So, you know, if the car blew, he knows until he got home. That's real. Like, if the washing machine stopped working, he didn't know. It was, hey, Ben, it was good, it was fine. You know, my mom was also a rock for me. So if I had that week and I talked to my husband, I would call my mom. The machine, you know. But you know, you did work, but we did have the wives that we could confide in and have good camaraderie, and it was a blessing. It was a blessing to have. And it's always good when the spouses are gone on both sides. They always have a goal. Is it losing weight? Is it starting a business? Is it, saving money for a trip? I kept my mind active that way, so I didn't worry about the what if.
Okay. Well,
and so, yes.
What is the one thing you could tell another couple that is living the military life?
One thing. Communication. Never stop talking. Never stop talking. I don't care if it's bad, good, indifferent. Never stop talking. Never stop talking. I know, some people might disagree and they will say, just some things are off limits. No, it's not. Nothing is off limits, because that very thing that you have off limits is the very thing the devil will use. Nothing is off limits.
Amen.
Talk.
Hey, Dawn.
Talk.
Dawn, Pedro,
yes.
We're going to do something with you guys because got about a few minutes on it. We have this thing called the Express 15 question. What is it called? The McCain's Train Express. We want to. What we're going to do. This is something we've never done with a couple. So we want both you and Pedro have to answer the questions that are coming up. So we're going to ask a question, and we're going to have both of you all answer the questions. Baby, you go first.
Okay, the first question for you guys is, if you had to choose between taking a walk in the park versus running a marathon, which one would it be? As a couple?
Eating a donut.
We're going to go with donuts.
That'll be walking in the park.
Okay.
As she's dragging him along, he's eating a donut.
Mm.
Yes.
Are you guys an introvert couple or extrovert couple?
I'm an extrovert. He's more of an introvert.
You can tell.
I like that. I like it.
Yeah.
If you could live on the East Coast or the West Coast, which one would you choose? But they didn't been everywhere, so.
Overseas.
Overseas, okay.
Over there.
They just making it
Yes.
as they go along.
Okay, seafood or Chinese food?
Chinese food, yes.
Okay,
Ooh, they got one.
is date night dinner in a movie or dinner in some jazz music?
That's hard.
Yeah, we enjoy both, so we'll probably do dinner and a movie one day and dinner and jazz the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, do
Yes.
these are those are or questions.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
So we're going to go to the next one. It's called wine or beer. He said beer. Okay. Would you rather go to plays or movies?
Movies, please.
Okay.
Ooh, they got two.
You're most excited about winning $1 million or winning $1 million home?
I bet they looking at each other too. Like,
Yeah, we are. We're like, what? $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could do more with $1 million.
Yeah.
okay.
Vacation spot. You've got to pick one of these two, Hawaii or Aruba. Okay. Last one for me. If you had to choose one meat to eat for the rest of your life, would it be steak or chicken?
Steak.
Okay.
Okay. Which TV shows you like the best, drama or comedy?
Comedy.
Do you prefer hanging out all day with the family or on a Saturday or spending quality time at home alone with one another?
Quality time at home.
Yeah.
Alone.
Alone. I like that.
You're both are world famous celebrities. Are you musicians or actors or actresses?
Actors.
Yes, because I can't sing.
Yeah.
Neither can I. Both of you guys have to pick a superhero. Pedro, Superman or Batman?
Invisible Man.
Ooh, stuff that's not even on the list.
That's that.
I know.
That's that military in
Can't conform.
invisible.
That's right. That Convert,
Okay. For you, Don, Catwoman or Supergirl?
I'm a Catwoman.
Catwoman, Invisible Man. Okay, which
That's
movie
right.
What's your favorite movies? Action pack or love stories?
Love stories, yeah.
Both of them said that.
All
Okay.
right.
Well, thank you for playing the McCain Express, because you guys are really in sync with each other.
Hey, and thank you all for being on the Make Your Marriage Work and talking to military couples. We'll probably have you and Pedro again to talk about marriage as well. But I want you to definitely make sure you do that. What was it called? The mission of marriage? Is that what it was?
Yeah, mission of marriage.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely make sure you do that, Dawn and Pedro. That sounds like an excellent thing. And there's so many military people out there that need to hear from a couple as positive as you all about how you can make a marriage work in the military. So I pray for you guys to continue to do great things in Jesus' name, okay?
Thank you so much. I tell you, somebody hook me up with Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody tell somebody I need a TV show.
Hey,
We're doing it
when
together,
we get
girl.
the hookup, we'll let you know. Hey, Dawn, Pedro, thank you very much. Pedro, you're a newbie. You're not new anymore, man.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll be talking
Thank
to
you. Thank you
also.
for bringing us on. It was awesome. Thank you so much.
Had a great time
Thank
with you
you very much
guys.
for calling.
Take care.
Hey,
Bye-bye.
great. Hey,
You
but just before
too.
we go on to our next segment here, for you martial art people out there, I'm just reading here that Kimbo Slice has died today. He was a martial art person that was in movies like Blood and Bone. So he was a big guy that did like martial arts. So Kimbo Slice passed away today. And so we're giving out condolences for him and his family.
And speaking of condolences, go out to the Ali family.
Yes.
We didn't even say anything about Muhammad Ali.
We just said it now.
Yeah,
The
great,
Muhammad Ali
the
family as
greatest.
well.
Condolences to your family.
Amen. So where we going now, babe?
Leave it in the car.
So we're going to our commercial break. We're sponsored by PureFlix. We thank PureFlix very much for being an affiliated sponsor for Let's Stay Together Talk. This is Reverend Rick McCain, along with my baby, my girl, my boo. Right back after these commercial breaks.